Good morning, everybody. Oh, my life, I'm back. I'm back in the land of the living. Frey's up there just with Teddy Bear, because Teddy Bear's having a session in our friendship barn this morning with a couple who are actually on honeymoon. So it's the perfect thing for him to do because he needs all the love and attention that he can get. He had Diane with him yesterday. Diane Cox, you'll remember, made that very, very beautiful blue quilt to help raise funds to support him and Nero and all the other boys and girls. And then just round here, we've got everybody's favourite rainbow boy. So he's just moved across into this stable, which Freya's beautifully mucked out this morning, as always. And he's just got a little treat ball with some chopped up carrots in it, just to help keep him entertained. But he'd rather lick my hand right now. But he's got his ad lib haylage over there. He's got his treat ball. And he's getting plenty of attention. You can see his bandage that I redid the other evening, fortunately is still in place, but that will need redoing again tonight. So we'll do that. You're just trying to eat my hand, aren't you? You're a little monkey. You're a little monkey. He just wants loving and attention and scratches, which is fine. You can get plenty of that. Look, he's going to try and eat my top now. A lot of Frisians really love toggles on zips and anything like that that they can pull on. And he's no exception. So that's him today in there. And I'll just show you on Teddy Bear, because unfortunately I wasn't out here yesterday when Chris did his shoes. But Chris has put these shoes on his hind feet, and you can just see they're extended out the back here, just to give him some extra support through this joint. So this is his very bad leg, and you can see on the inside of his other one how it extends out the back here. And I was really relieved to see, because he didn't have paracetamol last night, and I was really relieved to see that he wasn't resting his leg at all. So that's all a good sign that he's not in any discomfort right now. So Frey's going to walk him round to the friendship barn, because I've not seen him walk since he's had the shoes on. And that's an awful lot better than he was. That makes me happy. I did speak to Rachel Agas yesterday, who was Nero's surgeon, and she obviously knew a little bit about his case. And we were just talking about the complexities of it. So I've still got quite a few questions to ask from Jonathan, who did the imaging. But that's a good sign so far. So he's going to have a nice time in there. We'll get the infrared on and introduce you to your visitors shortly. Today, we've decided to let Mabel stretch her legs a little bit more. And she's certainly stretching them. So she obviously had her box rest, and then she's been in our smaller turnout. And she clearly definitely needed to do that. Not too much, Mabel, within reason. So we thought we'd bring them, her and Hannes, in the arena, because it's a nice soft surface and it's a nice level surface. She looks very happy. And hopefully she'll just walk or trot around in a minute. Nice and controlled, so that we can see how level she looks on that foot. But when they've been confined for a while, they need to do their own little bit of yoga and Pilates to stretch and loosen everything. Feel better for that? You're not quite ready to go out in the field yet because it's still a bit too uneven. You go and have a chat to Frey. Hello, Hannes. Look at that little tash. Look at that little tash. It's really grey these days, isn't it? Although usually orange after your turmeric. That's it. She just needed to get that out of her system. So we're just going to let them have an amble round in here for a bit. I don't think that either of them are going to be really silly and crazy. I think they'll be pretty sensible. But it's the next step for Mabel. For those who don't know, she had a fractured pedal bone, so she had about 8-10 weeks of box rest, and then restricted movement for a couple of weeks. So this is the biggest space that she's been in since before Christmas. But because the surface is really nice and soft and spongy, it's sort of shredded car interior on top of silica sand. It's nice and cushioned for her. I was hoping that Mabel would just have a nice walk and maybe a little gentle trot around, but she's busy weeding the side of the arena at the moment, which is good because it saves us a job. Oop, oop. Did Hannes scare you? But even in walk, she looks really sound. Yeah, Hannes, go and eat Freya's sleeve instead of mine. Look at that nose. His white tash just looks so funny.
They
It almost
have a tash.
I know, but he looks like a little panda.
You're a panda now.
Should we rename you Panda?
That means we'll have to get in bamboo.
Yeah. Mabel, the weeds around the other side, sweetheart. Look at those gorgeous Mabel ears. Hello, Mabes. Hello, Mabes. Lovely girl. And we realised yesterday that not only is it her birthday on the 1st of March, but on the 2nd of March, it marks the 10-year anniversary since she came to us. And we are going to have another very, very special birthday raffle for her. In fact, there's going to be 2. So more on that coming this week. Hey, did you try and eat my phone, Hannes? It's very cheeky. In other news, Bear has just come out of the friendship barn. He's been in over there. He was super, super chilled when he came out and walked out beautifully, so I'm feeling much more reassured about his comfort levels today. Are you going to have a roll now, Mabes? We were going to take their rugs off, but as it's threatening to rain again, we decided not to. Go on all the way over. Not quite. Hannes, are you busy destroying things over there? Have you got itchy legs, Mabes? We have given Mabel Dectomax injections. Or Jodie gave them to her. Go on all the way over. No, not quite. Just to help with the itching, because she was more prone to getting affected by the chorioptic mange mites while she was stabled. So even though that's charming, Mabel, honestly, so ladylike. really? So even though she's had the Dectomax, they're still a little bit itchy, clearly. So I think we might give them a bit of a wash this afternoon. Oh, Mabes. Clearly when she's lying down she can get to them better. You going over again? Another good itch. Again, this is why we trim their legs out, because then if you trim everything out apart from those back feathers, it does make it easier to get to wash them and put any treatment on to help with that itching. And now Hannes is playing copycat. He too has had Dectomax. But you know, when it's damp and it gets warm in those feathers, you can imagine yourself how itchy it would get. Should we leave you in peace, Mabes? Yeah. You beautiful girlie. Say hello to all your fans. Yeah. Little Peppa Pig. She's missing her muddy puddles. Hey, Hannes. As you can see, his eye is looking really good. He's actually not had his cream on yet today. But we'll give that a clean up in a bit. Yes, you're not nibbling my hand. As you see, that little pink one underneath there is just the one that Chris was saying we need to keep an eye on. And if it's growing, then we need to look at having that lasered out. Right, we can leave you in peace. You go and mooch around with Mabel. Ren decided she wanted to be back out with her buddies. You've already disappeared to the top end of the field, so she's going to go off and find them now. Off into the distance. So these two have had a couple of hours out here. I think the only reason they're keen to come in is because Mabel's probably finished weeding now and there's no food left, is there? And you do love your food. Well, you both love your food. Shall we get you back in your turnout? Come on then. So just watching Mabel walk there. She's a little bit keen. She's walking nice and straight in front. Excellent. It's been super wet and soggy today, but Bailey has got very wet, as has Frey. What have you been doing today?
Pressure washing.
You have. You've pressure washed all outside the front of the Friendship Barn, all in front of the office, and it looks beautiful. Are you soggy?
Yes.
I hear you've got more stroopwafels coming as well.
Oh, that makes my day better.
Yeah,
Yay.
honestly, you're going to look like a stroopwafel at this rate.
Oh, I hope so, baby.
There's Teddy Bear. Excuse the noise. I'm just blowing the yard because when it rains, all the rain comes in through the middle. So we have to blow it all out with all the muck and all the wet. Frey's just feeding the boys. She's absolutely soaking wet, aren't you, Frey?
Yeah.
It's been more than wet today. It's just been one of those really heavy, drizzly days. Absolutely disgusting everywhere. But we dream of that lovely big barn one day, don't we, Frey? Yeah. One day. But we're going to get all the drawings put together. Once those dreams are out of our heads and onto paper, then we can show you what it is we're trying to create here. Just putting a tail wrap on him just to keep his hair out the way while I change his bandage. So where the elastoplast is just stuck onto his hair. Of course, as I pull it off, it's pulling his hair out, so it wouldn't necessarily be nice. It's like having a leg wax. We'll do it gently. Always a good boy. Always a good boy. A little bit of a wipe down with some warm water and Hibis scrub, just not touching the wound area, but just freshen up the skin on his leg. It's all a bit sticky at the top from the elastoplast, but it just freshens it up. Because you know what it's like if you've had a bandage on, it gets quite itchy underneath. So just go round the area where some of the cotton wool's just got stuck to the stitches there. So we just pull that off gently because it's very sterile and it helps keep the area nice and clean. But as I say, I'm not going over the actual stitches, but you can see there's no swelling there. It looks really, really good. From the fact that he's weight bearing on it most of the time, and he's down to just 2 Bute a day right now, so he's not on any more paracetamol and he seems comfortable enough. So we're just going to put the bandage back on again. A little bit sore there, might just put a little bit of cream on that. He's just got a little nick high up. Good boy. Good. A little dab of Flamazine on there, just where it was a little bit sore, and we'll get it wrapped up. Over the stitches, and then just wrap bandage round. My other able assistant over there, Tamara, is going to pass me the next bit of bandage, if that's okay. Sticks on there. Thank you.
Okay, so Tracy's putting the last bit of bandage on.
All right, sweetheart.
Come on, Nero.
So it's keeping his hock, that's clear, so we can bend his hock. And just put the compression bandage over the top. Nero, darling. We've got the 2 little foam pads that go either side of his hock. Do that up to the top. There we go, and I'll just pop some elastoplast around the top and the bottom to keep it in place. Right, Nero, darling, you're going to have to stand on that leg, sweetheart. Come on.
So if you pull a horse's tail to the side, it will stand on...
Yeah, because you're moving their balance. So
Right.
I'm pulling it this way. Right. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Let it go.
Am I right in thinking that we've used this type of bandage, this vet wrap, on humans as well?
This isn't actually vet wrap.
Oh, isn't it?
I thought that I would be using vet wrap, which is self-adhesive, but it's not quite as sticky as this. This is just like elastoplast, like normal plaster.
Oh.
It's very effective. It's kept in place really well. So that's all good. We're good for another couple of days, young man. Let's get your rug back on properly now. Put you to bed.